was redeeming?
I got in a car and yelled at someone and then cried and cried and cried. End of movie.
We are taping.
Welcome back to Midlife Mutiny. I'm Colette.
And I'm Brooke.
And this is day 552,000 of the pandemic.
Welcome! I'm not wearing pants.
I'm not wearing pants. So, writing. Hopefully you guys are writing. Hopefully you've gone through I'm going to do everything during this pandemic to, screw it, I'm exhausted, I just want to watch Netflix, to, I'm going to do everything during this pandemic.
Oh, or you could rest right back in the middle.
No, it's extreme.
No, the pendulum can just swing to normal.
Yeah.
Normal would be, hey, I'm going to go back to this book, novel, screenplay, poetry that I started, and I'm just going to try for 15 minutes a day.
An hour a day.
What I'm doing, 15 minutes.
An hour. Minimum.
We work differently.
Yeah.
I'm trying for 15 minutes.
An hour minimum. 2, 3, whatever you have inside of you. So today's topic is going to be Save the Cat. And we have a perfect example from Quality Problems. But just so you guys know, Save the Cat, it basically means one of your main characters is given a redeeming quality, which makes the audience fall in love with him or her. There are many examples in movies.
Am I doing some of the examples?
Yes.
I just got on board with this, actually, you guys. I'm the rube. Like, I've done all my writing.
What does rube mean? I don't even understand that.
Like a country, like just an imposter almost, like a dilettante. I'm not a dilettante because I'm a bona fide writer, but all my stuff has been instinctual. Colette can quote like what needs to happen on what page, and she is a structure queen, and I need it in my life. That's why we work well together. I'll write a scene that goes for 6 days, and she can make it feasible in a real movie. So Save the Cat was a new, not trope, a new device, like a device that I wasn't familiar with, but makes perfect sense and made perfect sense in these examples. The first one, there was this, she sent me a video, which helps. And For example. So the first one was in Aladdin. So Save the Cat moment, as in this book by
Blake Snyder.
Okay, Save the Cat is the book by Blake Snyder. All right, Save the Cat moment, paraphrasing, is where the writer shows someone why we want to go on this journey with this character. Okay, something redemptive.
And unexpected, which puts the audience on their side.
Yeah, like you might have a character who's otherwise unsympathetic, and then there's a Save the Cat moment, like they save the cat, and you're like, oh, look, so-and-so has a heart, they saved the cat. Let's believe in them. Let's root for them. For example, Aladdin. You see Aladdin running through the streets, the animated version. You see Aladdin running through the streets stealing, which isn't, super...
It's illegal.
You shouldn't steal, kids. Anyway, Aladdin and his monkey. His name I don't know. Someone will know this. We're going to call the monkey...
Jeremy.
Aladdin and Jeremy steal a loaf of bread. They escape over a wall, and they're super happy and congratulating each other for stealing. They split this loaf of bread. He's about to raise it to his mouth to eat it, and he spies 2 street urchin kids, like homeless, starving, adorable, and alone, and they're digging through the trash to try and find something to eat. And we see Aladdin register that and feel horrible, and even though he is hungry and has fought to steal this bread and escape, he walks over to the kids and he gives them his entire piece of bread. The shithead monkey Jeremy takes a big bite of his own bread, but then he too has a moment and takes -1 bite, his loaf of bread, over to the kids and gives it to them. And the kids are happy and fed, and it's excellent. And now we know that Aladdin and former shithead Jeremy the monkey both have a heart that we can invest in.
And that happens in moments too. In Heist, Gene Hackman is part of this robbery where they spiked all of the jeweler's coffees with sleeping pills, something that knocks them out. And one woman didn't have her coffee, so they go in prepared to kill her, but instead Gene Hackman goes zzz. Well, so if I do that, you have to go zzz. Otherwise it doesn't work.
I was so I was so afraid.
Okay, so Gene Hackman.
By her hand.
Gene Hackman teases the woman like this. Whatever, he does not kill her. He makes a choice. The best one, in my opinion, was the Sea of Love.
Sea of Love with Al Pacino and Ellen Barkin. Al Pacino is a New York City cop, and they devise this way to get a whole bunch of criminals that have outstanding warrants in one place and just bring them in one fell swoop. So they run this scheme where they send all these criminals with warrants letters saying they've been invited to an exclusive Yankees pancake breakfast where they will be served pancakes. They won some contest. They'll be served pancakes and get to meet the New York Yankees, which any, bona fide New York sports fan would go for. So all these ex-cons or criminals with warrants are in this room, and they make an announcement, and they're like, we're sorry the Yankees won't be here today, but what will happen is you are going to go to jail. And there was a side Save the Cat moment where we had a little bit of love for the NYPD.
Oh, right, because he pours alcohol.
Once all these guys learn that the doors are barred and they're all going off to jail because of their warrants, the rest of the cops go from table to table and pour vodka and all their orange juices to, something to go off to. At the end of this, everybody's carted off, okay? They're wrapping up this, scheme that went very well, and they see this dad walk up with his adorable, 5-year-old son, and he's running up. He's like, am I too late? Am I too late? Because Al Pacino has a New York Yankees hat on, and he's getting in a car with other cops. And the guy runs up, and he's like, a unmarked car. Okay, you don't know he's a cop. The guy runs up with his kid. He's like, are we too late? Are we too late? And Pacino looks at him and looks at his kid, and he says, did you get a letter? And the guy says, yes, here's my letter, And Pacino says, this was just for you. And he says, I know, but I can't deny my kid the chance to meet the New York Yankees. And Al Pacino takes a moment, and he looks at the guy, and he looks at his kid, and he says, yeah, you're too late. They're gone. You should go. And the guy's like, but is there anything I can do? Is there anything I can do? And Pacino goes, no, there's nothing you can do, and kind of covertly shows him his badge. He says, you should go. And the guy goes, oh, okay, thank you. Understands that he just got let off from going to jail.
So you love him.
Yeah.
You love Al Pacino. And you know who else you love? I'll tell you. In the film Quality Problems, and if you're watching this and have not seen Quality Problems yet,
what's wrong with
shame
you?
on you. It has an amazing Save the Cat moment in the beginning where our lead Drew is going to get a cake for his daughter, and they only have 5 people. They only take the last 5 people in line, and a woman comes up behind him.
So, not only does the very talented, very attractive Doug Purdy give up his space, but now we know that he's got a heart of gold, and he will put others before himself, and we're on this ride with this character because he's done this very magnanimous, generous thing. Not to mention, it's created a plot point. He has to figure out now he had one job, said his wife, one job to get this cake. So now he has to figure out a way to secure a cake and appease his wife. And that's a little demanding.
And she cries a lot.
Yes, she's always crying.
But if you can do a Save the Cat moment that is actually part of the plot, that's bonus to you. In the Gene Hackman film, because he saves the woman, he looks. What?
Because I'm going to bring this up, we have to put a link in the comments of this show. But in the Gene Hackman Heist link, I had not seen the movie. I just saw this clip as an example of Save the Cat. But in this scene, so these robbers have drugged everybody in this jewelry shop, okay? Except this woman, she hasn't had her coffee yet.
Yeah.
So they look in and they see all these people on the floor, and then you just see this woman sitting there, and then she just stands up real slow as if she's high, but she hasn't had any. I need everybody to go back. What the hell's going on with this woman? All her coworkers are falling out left and right, and she's still.
Maybe she was terrified.
No, it was
Anyway, the point is that because Gene Hackman saved her life, he ends up, tasing her, and then he looks up and the cameras catch him and they see his face. So that becomes part of the plot of the film. Same thing in Quality Problems. Because Drew can't get the cake, because he gives up his place in line, it starts this whole series of events that isn't just about him trying to get the cake, it's about the cake he actually gets at the end. So it's very well written.
What?
Yeah.
So you're saying that basically, like, Save the Cat moment is great for character development, but also, in a way, it's a way to add more conflict and more barriers and obstacles throughout the...
Yep. Both internal and external.
Yeah, because oftentimes a save the cat moment will provide that character a conflict. Like, let's say they're a con man. Once we've seen that they have a heart, and they'll sometimes opt to go with their heart, they can't keep running their cons successfully if they have a conscience.
And it could be little things, you guys, like in The Professional, the fact that Jean Reno had that plant. Remember? It's like he kills people, and then he waters this plant, and so you fall in love with his character.
Yeah, he also loved Matilda, so...
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But he loved the plant first.
Yes. And in the French version, Leon, he might have loved Matilda a little too much.
Really?
Yeah. Go back and watch Leon.
Huh.
Yeah. The
Okay.
Americanized version made it much more...
Palatable?
Yeah.
So the point is, give your
French-
characters
the point
a
is the
redeeming
French are
quality.
freaky.
Yeah. Give your characters a redeeming quality that makes the audience want to go on the journey with them. And you only have to do it for one character, but it should be one of your main characters.
And does it have to happen? Does it have to happen?
I think so.
It helps. It certainly does help.
It helps you fall in love with the character.
But we'll put the link for the clips of the 4 examples of Save the Cat, mostly so you can watch this woman do some really weird acting. It's also the 70s. So
Yeah,
there's a lot of
that's
weird shit. A lot of weird shit got a pass in the 70s because people were just whatever.
What was the
They're
Gene
what?
Hackman film, French Connection?
Yeah.
Like that was that kind of like slow.
Popeye Doyle.
film.
Yeah, a lot of shit got a pass in the 70s. Because
I like the 70s.
really?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I like 70s music.
It's fine. It's good. There's some things about the 70s that we don't need to,
Like what?
doctors smoking, no seatbelts.
VD.
For the win.
Yep. Okay. This has been Midlife Mutiny. I'm Brooke.
I'm Colette.
Go right.
Go right. Our day.